Alright, so let us look at problem gray code. The key points are: a gray code is a list of all 2 to the power n strings of length n, where any two successive strings differ in exactly 1 bit. Let's understand this through an example. When n is 2, that means we are going to have list of 2 to the power n, that is 2 to the power 2, that is 4 strings we are going to have, and it will be of length n, that means length 2. Let's see, for 2 we have 2 to the power n, that is 4. These are 4 strings and each is of length 2, and then any two successive strings differ in exactly 1 bit. So any two. Let's take this one. These two differ by exactly 1 bit, 0 and 1, and this is same. If I choose this one, then this is same 1 1, but this is differing by 1 bit, that is 0 and here 1. Now if I take this one, so this is also 1 1 and this is 1 0. So we see any two successive strings is differing exactly by 1 bit. Let's see how we can get this gray code from binary code. These are decimal representation from 0 to 7, and here we are taking as an example n as 3. Then we will have 2 to the power n, that is 2 to the power 3, that is 8. 8 strings we are going to have, each of length 3. Okay. So these are binary code, which is simply 0 is all 0, 1 is, this one is 1, this bit is on, and so on. So these are binary code. Now to convert this binary code to gray code, we are going to first copy the MSB as it is. So this whole thing, this whole is being copied as it is. So I have copied, and then we take these two and perform XOR operation on these. And we know XOR operation, the changing one gives 1. So 0 and 1, 1, 1 and 0, 1, and these are same, so 0 and 0. So we perform XOR operation on these two and we get this result. Then we perform XOR operation on these two and get this. So this is nothing but gray code. So this is the method to convert a binary code to gray code. And that's what we are going to do. We are going to take input from the user. We are going to take input from the user, and then we are going to go from 0 to 2 to the power n, because it contains 2 to the power n strings. So procedure is simple. Procedure is input, then conversion of decimal number to binary. Input, and we will go from 0 to 2 to the power n, and like these are decimal number, so we need to convert these decimal number to binary, and I have made a separate video of how to convert a decimal to binary. It is better if you watch that video first and then come to this video, and I will provide the link in the description. So this is conversion of decimal to binary. Then the next procedure will be, we convert this binary to gray code, which the method I told, first MSB copy, then performing XOR operation, and then display the result. So let us code this and see. So the input contains an integer n, and n is ranging from 1 to 16. So let us define and initialize it, declare and initialize int n as 0. Then let's get this in from user, and then we need to convert this decimal number to binary. So let's create a vector for this, and vector video I have made a separate video. You can watch that one also to know how to use vector. So this is our binary number. Let's define it using camel case. This is binary number, and also we need for gray code. So let's again define this int, and this will be our gray code. Now we will go from 0 till less than 2 to the power n, because these are the number of strings present, right? So 2 to the power n describes the gray code. So we will go from 0 to this, and now we need to call our function which converts these decimal number to binary. So I have made a separate video, so if you have watched that video, then you would be able to know how I wrote this function. I will provide the link in the description. You better watch this video. So how to convert this decimal to binary? It accepts decimal number and length. How many length you want? You want of n of 3, 4. So here we want of length. We want length n. So we'll pass n. So let's call this function here, and this is decimal to binary, and will pass the number which is I, and the length we want of n. Okay, and this will be accepted by binary number, and here. Okay, now this we have a binary number. Next we need to know the gray code. This binary number has to be converted into gray code. So let's make another function here and call it gray code, and it is going to return vector, and that would be our gray code store, and we are going to store this gray code vector. So here, and get, let's call this get gray code, and it is going to accept the binary. So it is going to accept binary numbers. So let's create a vector, and we are going to pass this binary number into this. That's why we are creating vector, and let's call it simply v. Then it is going to return the vector. So let's make a temporary vector here, when in G, where we are going to store our result. So this 0, let's understand from here, the 0 will start from 0, and it will be less than, let's say n is 3, so it will be less than 8. 2 to the power 3 is 8, so we will come here, and now we'll call this function decimal to binary. It will take 0 and 3, and it will return binary number, and that binary number it is going to return as 0, 0, 0, and this vector it is going to return. This is 0, 1, 2. Now we have our, as told earlier, we need to copy this first MSB to here. Then for the next binary number, we will copy this. So we will just write, we are going to copy all the first, the 0th index binary number into our gray code. So we'll say g dot pushback, and we will push the first 0, and then we need to perform subsequent XOR operation. That means we need to perform XOR now on 0, 1, and then on these two, 1 and 2. So let's write that also. This is v of 0. Now will perform in subsequent. So it's better to use a loop, and that has to go up to the size of the binary number which is present in vector v dot size, and will do XOR operation, and that XOR operation I have to do on v and I, and this symbol is used for XOR operation, and this will be I plus 1, right? This, if this is I, then this will be I plus 1. So we will start from here and we'll do I and I plus 1 XOR operation. The result will push back in our gray code. So let's do that. This we need to do, and the result of this has to be pushed back in this, yeah, and we are going to return this gray code. Now we have the gray code, so let's gray code and G, and we'll call this function now. This is get gray code, and we need to pass the binary number. Now we have the gray code. Let's now display the gray code, because we need to display line by line. So we'll say int, this will be gray code size, and we'll display, no need of these curly braces, cout gray code of I will display. Now this will go above, so let's leave a line, cout, and then we will clear off these binary number, because we need to go for the next one. We are done for this copying XORing operation, and we will now move to this one, then this one, like this. So we need to clear off all the, so we can use binary number dot clear. It is going to clear everything from these vectors, and we'll also do for gray code dot clear, and that screen will clear. That's all. Save this. Everything seems alright, and let's just push it here, and this is gray code. Open and thumb, and it is giving a wrong answer. Let us see what issue is. So the wrong answer is because of this function. Let's understand here. This contains three length. When this is a binary number and we are performing XOR only 2 times, right? If you see, we are performing XOR operation 1 and 2, but what we are writing here is we are going till complete size of the vector, but no, we need to perform one less operation of XOR. So we'll do this, and then let's submit gray code, and yeah, we need to perform one less operation now. Alright, so this is accepted. We'll see in the next video.